The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
The Bet HaLevi, this is an amazing Maisa. The Bet HaLevi. You know, there was a person who was a Bal Chanut, a Jewish person in the town of the Bet HaLevi. And one day, there was a surprise search. The tax collectors came from the government, and they were going through the stores. And they were going through the merchandise. Apparently this guy had either illegal merchandise in his store, or maybe he had too much merchandise in his store, and the tax collector was going to literally finish him off. And there was no time to get rid of the goods. These tax collector was only a few stores away from his, and they were coming down the row, one at a time. So this Yiddish guy, runs to the house of the Bet HaLevi, and he says, "Rebbe, save me. They're going to throw me in jail. There's no way. I have so much in the back of there's no way I can clear it out in time. The time they get to me, I'm done." The Bet HaLevi turns to this Yid and says to him, "Do you believe that Hashem is the only koach in this world? Do you believe en od milvado?" He said, "Yes." He says, "If that's the case, sit down." They went over together. En od milvado, en od milvado, no chamol, en od milvado, en od milvado, en od milvado. They sat there for 2 hours. En od milvado, till finally it got in the bones of the guy that there's no other power in this world other than Hashem. Hashem is the only one, and nobody else can do anything to you but Borei Olam. The Bet HaLevi says, "Okay, you can go back to your store." The man goes back to his store, and he cannot believe his eyes. And then he found out what happened. As he was there in the house screaming, "En od milvado," these inspectors, they came right up to his store, and they decided when they got up to his store, they're going to break for lunch. So they went and they made a red mark on the door of his store to remind them where they're up to. They went out for lunch, and then when they came back after lunch, the people heard one inspector tell the other inspector, "Hey, wait 1 second. When we made the red mark on this door, on this store, what was that a siman for? Does that mean that this was the last store we already did? Or is this the store we're up to?" And the other guy says, Yeah, I think we made the red mark to show that this was the last store we already did. Let's move on to the next store." And they skipped his store and moved on to the next store. En od milvado, screams Yosef HaTzadik. In every issue you may run into in life, remember, it doesn't matter who out there, Has v'shalom, is making troubles for you. It doesn't matter if it's a family member. It doesn't matter if it's a business associate, a buyer, a seller, a government official. It doesn't matter. Atem chashavtem alai l'ra'ah, from today till tomorrow. But you know what? En od milvado. It is always and only Hashem. Every struggle, every problem, no matter if originated from people, no matter if originated from Shamayim, at the end of the day, whatever force comes out a person in a problematic way, in a tzara, in an issue that he has to deal with, en od milvado. Put yourself in Hashem's hands, and you'll see how it all will dissipate and have no effect on you. Amazing.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org